feels like I'm running out of time. It's a weird thing to think because I'm only 19. I mean, I am turning 20 in about 5 months or so. Yeah, like 5 months. But it still feels like my time is so limited, and I'm constantly just stressing about what's next. It's really hard to find a job right now, and I'm just trying to wrap my mind around why am I feeling like I have 30 minutes left of my life and then it's just all over. Like, I'm just constantly stressed about the idea that I need to have things figured out in the next couple of years or so, or it's just going to be so much more difficult to become successful. And I know it's not, this shouldn't be a good thing. This shouldn't be a good way to think, because obviously it's just causing me so much stress. The only reason I was even thinking about this right now is because I saw someone else talking about this, and it said 19 to 22-year-olds are some of the most stressed out people because they're trying to like find out what they're gonna do in the rest of their life. Like, 19 to 22 years old is like one of the most stressful times to try and figure things out. When I read that, I was just thinking like, yeah, that's me right now. That sounds like me. And I've been in this kind of situation of just trying to find something I'm good at that will get me paid, right? Try and find a career in something. You know, I've been looking into trades, and last video I was talking about how I tried out construction. I thought I'd be good at that stuff, but I was not at all. I don't have the kind of eye for fixing things like that. I don't know why I thought I'd be good at stuff like that when I've always just been more of like the think outside the box creative type person with technology and video editing and film and all that. And for some reason I thought that I would be good at construction, and I wasn't. And when I got home from doing that work, there was just like an emptiness in my chest. Just an emptiness of, it was just a feeling of, oh crap, I'm not good at this. Now I need to figure out something else. And that thought is a bit terrifying, to be honest. The feeling of not knowing anything at the moment, like, where do I go from here? Where do I go from here? It just feels like my time is going by so fast for me right now. It feels like yesterday that I was 12 years old, you know, just playing Fortnite and hanging out with my friends and all that, right? It feels like yesterday. And now I'm turning 20, still trying to get my life together. And I just don't know what to do. I'm just kind of stuck in this predicament of where do I go from here? Like, what do I do? And the more I think about it, the more I just start overthinking in general. And I just start critiquing myself so hard and just being so difficult on myself, it feels like. And I'm just thinking about all of the things that's happened in my life and where I could have changed the trajectory of my life, even though that's just not possible. You can't ever know. Things just happen, right? Yet it feels like I'm here right now, and I could have done better. I could have done better for the outcome of where I would have been now. The best way I can explain it is there's multiple different timelines, and it feels like I got the worst one. I am in the worst version of this cinematic universe, right? I am in the most lost. I'm the most lost version of myself right now, just not having any clue in the world of what to even do in my 20s, All I know is that I'm just gonna try and find a job and just save up as much money as I can. But having a normal job like that is not a career, and I don't want to be doing something like that for the next 20 years, right? I want to get into something. I just don't really know where to look. And believe me, I am really just trying to figure something out right now. Just the next step, right? It doesn't have to be figuring out something for the rest of my life. Like, I just choose this and stick with it forever, but I just want to figure out the next step. And the first step always seems to be the hardest in anything you ever try to do. Whether you're trying to learn a new skill or try and find a job. Crap. Chops a controller. Trying to find a job, or you're trying to, just find something to do in the day because it's just so mind-numbingly boring. But the first step of anything is just so difficult compared to just getting into the rhythm of things. The more I overthink it, the worse it gets, when in reality it shouldn't be this bad, right? I don't know if other people are thinking like I am right now, where it's just the first step is just so difficult, and I feel like I can't be the only one that's like that. Where I try and figure out a plan, I try and map out something for my life, and I'm just stuck on the first step. I'm stuck on the first step of the plan. And I feel like I'm just trying to make things too perfect. I don't know, like maybe I just make a rough draft of a plan, right? And just go with the rough draft, and then whatever happens, right? I just don't want to get stuck in something I don't really enjoy doing whatsoever, right? That's the difficult part, is that some people just end up being stuck doing something they don't love at all. And I really don't want to be that, even though it happens for most adults, and for some reason I think I can be the exception, but maybe this is just how it is for 99% of people on this planet, just doing something they don't even enjoy. Yet I still try to be the exception. I feel like the mindset of trying to be the exception isn't necessarily a bad thing, right? It can give you confidence, and it can kind of drive you towards a goal. But right now I just feel so stuck in this first step of the next part of my life. The 20s are the years that you should be grinding the hardest for success. The 20s are kind of mapping out the rest of your life. If you don't try it at all in your 20s, then that's just gonna kind of set you into your 30s doing the same exact stuff, and I don't want to do that. First step, trying to figure out something, just don't know what. But this feeling of running out of time is just it hits so hard right now. I really wish it didn't, but it does, and it stings. It really stings. If you can relate to any of the things I'm talking about right now, please consider subscribing. I'm just trying to build a community of like-minded people, or just people who like to, talk about their experiences in life. Any of that is cool with me. Stay positive.